I was dead in a flash. I died on February the 12th of this year, around noontime. And I'd gone into the hospital for a minor procedure. And at that very point, being released on the next day, which was on the 12th, my wife was due to come and pick me up, but changes had been made, and my stepdaughter, who worked at the same hospital for nearly 30 years, came to get me. But God had all the plan was in place, because had anybody else picked me up and taken me home, I wouldn't be talking to you now. So she came to get me. She brought me in food from McDonald's. I usually eat the fish, the fry, and the sweet tea. As I was getting up from the table, starting to eat, to go to the bathroom, and to this very day, I have no idea of why I was going to the bathroom. I was looking at my food, and I looked at this sweet tea. It seemed as if it sparkled that day for some reason. I can't tell you. I looked at it, and that very moment, the last thing I saw was sweet tea. As I was walking toward the bathroom, that's the only thing I knew. It was probably 6 or 7 steps away, I don't know. And I woke up days later from having being dead and being in a coma for several days. While this was all making up to happen, as they were feverishly fighting on me, trying to bring me back, calls had gone out to my family. My stepson got the call first, and then from there, the grandkids and my in-laws, my daughter-in-law, and everybody. And then they were trying to reach my wife as she was walking in to tell her what was going on. And as she was beginning to get the message, she knew it was really bad because everybody was crying. So she and everybody was crying and praying, and my stepdaughter had dropped the phone at the hospital while they were working on it, so they could clearly hear everything was going on. And in that very moment, I was hit by 2 other blood clots in my lungs. The first one in the heart, and the other 2. And just as they were screaming and crying and praying, just like that, in a flash, I was called back by Jesus. They had done everything. They put the apparatus down my throat. They did everything. And finally, the doctor did a great job. But Jesus is the King of Kings. He called me back. I'd even written a book years before, From Hell to Heaven Through the Eyes of a PI. Hell2heaven.net. What it is that this is about people dying, being killed, soldiers, police officers, first responders, you name it. And they prayed and asked Jesus as they were dying to help me, Lord. Save me, Jesus. And I did exactly that, just like in the book. They were called back from death, and I was too. I was called back from death because I was beginning to turn gray. They were given a time of death, but my stepdaughter refused to take it. They kept fighting and fighting, and the King of Kings called me back. I would not be able to tell you this story today had it not been for Jesus. I'm a nobody, but I am somebody, if you could figure that out, to the King of Kings. There's so much more that went on with this. We can't tell you. It's not long enough. Thank you. Bye-bye.